All right, hey, yeah, I'm back. Well, or this is the first time you're tuning in. Welcome. So yeah, so I had a nice, really nice lunchtime stream that ran long, but I was still in a streamy kind of mood. So I figured, hey, what the heck? Why not keep it rolling? So let me kind of gather myself here. Hey, I'm Joshua. Today is what, September 14th, 2017, and this is a Delver bonus stream. I found some time this afternoon to share my streaming, so let's talk about streaming in Delver. So if you haven't heard of it, Delver, behind my head here at delvergame.com, is a procedural dungeon crawler with fantasy, first-person, and roguelike elements. It is an early access title that we are working hard to get released. We've been in early access 4 or 5 years, and we're trying to finish it up. Delver has existed as a passion project, so that means that the two of us who have been working on it have been working on it in our free time. We have given up lots of time with friends and family to work on this thing, and we're pushing hard to get it finished up. I have basically one kind of big feature I've been trying to finish up before I consider my work on the project complete, and maybe some polishing stuff, but trying to push hard on that. Let me think. Yeah, if you want to support us, we're still in early access. You can get it for $7.99. When we release our final version, we will bump the price to $9.99. We have a humble widget if you'd rather go that route. You also get a Steam key. Again, I mentioned Steam twice because Steam is the most up-to-date build. Once we do release our final version, we are going to work on the other platforms, so Humble, Android, iOS, all the jazz. So once the Steam final update drops, then we'll kind of work across the other platforms. Victor showed up in chat all excited about VFX. So yeah, I was teasing some VFX stuff. So maybe, I don't know, a month ago, a few weeks ago, Chad added support for alpha erosion on particles. So basically how that works is if you look at a particle texture and if you treat it like a grayscale image that's a height displacement, you can threshold it to get an effect. So let me just fire open the editor and show this thing at work so you can see what I'm talking about. So we're going to launch the editor. And I have like an example one already set up. But let me try to find a better, particles, VFX effect. And I'm going to do, let's do a few things. So let's turn down the spawn interval to 50. Particle lifetime is 50. That's fine. And if I hit B to simulate, maybe that's too fast. Let me slow this sucker down to 200 and 200 and B. So what you can see here is let me get rid of the velocity on this as well. So I want it just to stay put so we can really kind of take a gander at it. There we go. Cool. Play. So what it is if you can see the effect is we have a volume and we erode it, and we can change the texture too. So I've created a bunch for stock Delver. Let me fire open Photoshop, and you can see what these alphas look like, and then maybe that'll help you visualize the effect. So File, Open Recent, VFX.ping, and if I put a black background on this, you can see what we're working with here. So this first row are these kind of basically it's a Photoshop cloud filter applied onto one of these. So basically you get these kind of natural organic shapes. The next row is a bunch of circular shapes, and then these are pyramidal shapes. And then this is I'm playing around with a twirly star. So if we look at, say, texture or texture ID number 4, 4 and 4. We should see it. There we go. So we get a nice. This is just a linear fade out. If I change it to 5, I think it's like a non-linear. I think it's like a. I think it goes faster. I think that's just a big difference on that row there. Is I just have different speeds at which it fades. This one kind of goes slowly and then speeds up. And then this one has, it's kind of a stepped effect. I'm not really quite sure what it might be useful for. I might replace it, because right now you get this kind of weird like popping, which is interesting, but again, I'm not sure how useful it is. And then here you have the pyramidal stuff. So like number eight, which is cool. And I think the last one, I think is 11, is this weird. I was playing around with it, doing some sort of like effect like that, which I think is kind of cool. It's kind of this weird like I'm not quite sure how to describe it. It's kind of like a little like magic-y effect. And then number 12 is the spinning star stuff, which is all done just by just this alpha texture controls that, which is cool. And I've been actually baking these out in Blender. So let me pop open Blender and I'll show you how I've been doing that. Let me fire open Steam. Or Steam wants to update. Thanks Steam. Nope. Maybe. Sorry, I run Blender through Steam because I don't know. I'm a masochist, I guess. Blender. Okay, let's look at alpha erosion painting. Yeah, so what I have here is my setup. And actually I even have a little like visualizer thing. So let's look at my default view. If I select these two, what I have here is this is the shape I want to bake out the alpha, and then I have this black plane, which helps me visualize what it's going to look like. So if I split my view, let's go to like timeline, I think. If I hit play, also let me fix the positioning. I had to change it for the baking a little bit. Actually, let me just rekey this stuff, right? Let's just go here. Select you, go here. GZ 0.5. Snap. Snap selection to grid. There we go. I and just location, and then go here. GZ up here. Snap to grid. I location. Then now I can scrub this, and I get a preview of what the alpha erosion should look like. So if I hit play, you see that it gets this weird kind of like it has a fast start, then it kind of slows down in the middle, and then it speeds off towards the end. Is kind of how it works, or should work, thereabouts. And of course you can do fancy effects. I think I have a very fancy one on this layer. Let me see. Yeah, which does these kind of double swirly stuff. But mostly it was me just picking basic shapes, like the pyramid or the cylinder, and just trying to play with the fall offs to get nice alphas that which I can use in Delver. Another thing you want to think about too here, to make life easier for me at least, is my camera setup. Is what I've done is I positioned the camera at a 0, 0, 1, and this plane is on the 0, 0 XY plane, and so this basically when I bake out my my alpha, my Z, I don't have to do anything fancy with the compositing, right? Like sometimes you have to run it through like a normalize node, but here all I'm doing is I'm just doing a 1- to get the alpha that I want. And if I were to hit render, we get our little alpha texture here that is based on this geo. That's what I've been doing. I've been playing around with that. And then for the fire, that is just the that kind of that natural one off the first row that I've just kind of tweaked around. I think we should be able to play with that. Let's add it as a fire effect, and it's just 2 particle effects. Should be a red and a yellow. There we go. Yep. That's all it really is. I mean, I think it works relatively well. Basically the yellow one has a slightly wider spread, so you get the effect of kind of that yellow hotspot that I would normally have hand pixeled, but here I'm just trying to fake it with these particles. And I guess the nice benefit of that is there's less repetition, there's less hand animation. I've already hooked it up to the Temple Brazier, which is nice. And this has a light on it, has a corona on it, and then the fire particles on it, plus sound as well. I think it looks nice. I've also taken the liberty of hooking it up to just the basic fire object. So if we look at levels, fire spreading, fire spreading test. Yeah, this is fun, but also it's like nightmare fuel because this whole area does kind of set on fire, and it is a little spooky. And over here, all these folks catch on fire. I think there's an air bomb up here that kind of went by my head. But yeah, it's nice. It's I think it looks a little bit better than what was there. But you see with the fire, it still has an old fire sprite in the middle. So I'm thinking about either replacing it or removing it. I'm not quite sure which. Yeah, I'm digging the effect. I think it looks all right. Thanks. Yeah. It's just 2 particle systems using alpha erosion. So basically, I did just a lot of fiddling with particle emitters. So yeah, so it's let me see, particles, VFX, and then if you hit B, that's too fast. So you slow down. Let's say you just play with all these properties, right? Like maybe you want to go taller, and you want the speed to be slower. Maybe spawn. I have a wider interval. Like also here, the alpha drives the effect. So if the start alpha is say like 128, then it already starts like up the. Sometimes the picker is weird. 128. 8. There we go. Weird. 64. Huh. Strange. Yeah, so I'm not sure what that's all about. Maybe it's already a darkish texture. What about particle texture 1? 3. And you can have it pick a random sprite, which adds a little bit more variety as well. That's what the fire effect is doing. There's 4 different sprites that it picks from when it spawns in a sprite, which helps. And it's, I mean, you can fiddle with particle systems all day, and I did that day. It was a lot of just knob tweaking and saving the effects and all that good stuff. But yeah, I think it turned out all right. We could take a peek and see what the properties actually ended up being. Generator, fire effect. I think I can ungroup that. Well, they're still. They're are they? They shouldn't be prefabs. Why is it not? Weird. There we go. Yeah. It looks slightly different too when there's the light and stuff applied to it as well. Let me see. This is the little inner fire that kind of just positioned down here, and then we have the outer fire, which is nice. Again, I think I played around with some dampening too. Like the dampening amount, like you can actually have it. You have to be careful with it, but you can actually make the particles go faster. Because basically the dampen is if a particle exceeds a certain speed, normally you would apply like a you would slow it down, but you can also flip it around and speed it up. So I kind of have a slight speed up on some of the particles. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun stuff, and it also turns out that it makes the firebomb feel really nice too. File open, levels, test bomb range, load. And see if I can get this to work. Yeah, it feels really nice. But I want to play around with removing that inner sprite on the fire effect, or maybe just making it straight up yellow would be okay. That might be all right. Let me just try playing around with that. Yeah, no, particle systems are a lot of fun. Yeah, let me just real quick. Let's just try see what that looks like if I just make it pure yellow. Pixel edit. Okay, file, import, tiled image. I think textures, temple, particles. Yup. And then new animation. It's I think 8 frames long. Then I can have it just looping over here on the right. Just let this go. Let's speed it up, I guess. I guess that's all right. Yeah, let's just go ahead and see if I can just kind of tidy this stuff up real quick. Make it all yellow. And actually, it might be better just to remove this entirely. But I want to see what it looks like as a test before I do that. So file, export, image, browse, then right back to textures, temple, particles. Yup, save. Yup. And then let's launch this. File, open, levels, test, fire spreading, load. And if I hit play, and you can't really see it. So I don't think it really adds much. Oh, a little. I mean, it shows, for some reason it shows on in front of the enemy, which actually is useful, I think. So in this case, it's not as useful, but here it seems to be pretty darn useful. Maybe I'll just fancy it up a little bit, make it feel more like the other effect. So yeah, let's just try that. Yeah. I think I'm just going to try to, I guess, cheat. Let's do it this way. Let's create a new layer. Let's put it down below. And then let's sample our this magenta color. And I think I can just fill that in. There we go. And let's make a new layer on top. And then let's grab the brush, circle brush. And I guess I can turn off the background for the time being. But maybe let's just go... where's frame 1, and I'm just going to have this kind of just animate up and expand. So maybe here, where do I want it to end up is a question. Maybe here, and something like that. And then so the halfway, so be roughly here. I want it to be semi-linear, I suppose. That's actually too far over. Let's go this way. And let's erase this side. Hey, it's Gatey. Oh yeah, thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. This needs to go there. Okay. Maybe make this one just a touch bigger. It's like a lot bigger though. Nope, nope. Okay, that's in the wrong spot. Yeah, that doesn't move at all. So I think I make a selection, Control T, and just bump it up. So I mean, ideally, so the thing I'm going to eventually do is flip the background layer on, so we get that sort of effect. And I'm just going to kind of use this to make the fire maybe seem a little bit nicer. So it's Gatey says, I was reading a while back about the inspirations for the game, and I read about Daggerfall. I was wondering if the overworld mod might add cities and deeper lore like Daggerfall. So probably not. That's a lot of work. If we ever make another game, it might be cool to have like an overworld, but that is way outside the scope of Delver. We're trying to keep it small so we can finish the darn thing. This frame seems like too big of a jump. Let me just scooch that up one. Yeah, so the Delver is almost done. We're pushing hard to get this thing finished. Yeah, there we go. And I think if I'm being cheaty, I think I can duplicate this and move it around. Maybe? Let's try that. So let's duplicate, and then Control A, Control T, and then if I were to slide it over, okay. I would really like to be able to offset these all by a frame. If you can do that in Pixel Edit, that would be sweet, but I don't know how to. Hey, Schwender. It's good. It's good. Thanks for asking. So let me try manually doing it. So let me say select here and delete, and then select here, Control T, and slide these over. Why am I not getting a pixel? I'd like to get a pixel amount. Control T, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2. Cool. There's 32 pixels for you. S, select this, delete that, Control D, S, select all, so make a selection like this, Control T, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Cool. Right, but I want to take all 8 tiles and I want to offset them by 1. Does that make sense? Press A. Right. But I have these tiles in sequence and I want to shift them, if that makes sense. Like I can, let's go to, yeah, I'll just draw by hand. It's faster. Yeah, I'm missing, let me see, I'm missing this one. Yeah, I think I need a big one. They're offset by 1. Not that it matters. There we go. Yeah, let me actually, let me just grab this whole thing now and just maybe kind of nudge them over to the right a little. So they actually impact the shape of the darn fire. There we go. That's starting to look a little bit better. And also maybe maybe conversely I can do something just very simply like with that but with the adding a new yellow layer maybe. So maybe get a brush, and I want to do maybe the opposite direction. There we go. Okay, so I have my new layer. Maybe start down here. Which I can just maybe just try some random offset, I guess. 4 seems like a relatively random offset. Maybe start here and then go. They're not picking up my. No. What is wrong with my pixel edit? Oh, I've hidden the layer. I think it's really strange that pixel edit allows you to draw on layers that aren't visible. Maybe there's a use case for that, but I find it more confusing than not. Okay, there. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then maybe all the way up here. A small one. Okay. Then maybe 4. I'm just kind of trying to keep an eye at the there. Is that right? And the question is that becoming too chaotic? I don't know. A lot of that you can't even really see per se. No, I don't want to necessarily pop out of existence either. Hey, Chad. Neil Slichter says, "Do I think I will ever make mods for Delver for fun after it's released?" Oh, maybe. I mean, ideally, I would work on another project where I could work earn income, so I would, keep this thing going. Um, let's just, I guess, add another one. Let's kind of do the same thing here. Just trying to be quick and efficient / cheaty wherever I can cheat. I will. Cool. So I wish there was an easy way to do this. Can I just add maybe like maybe Schmidter's right. Maybe I can make tiles for this. Let's go here and go to our start one. There we go. Making new tiles. Okay. So now new layer. Layers all the way down. New. Okay, and let's go to our first one here, and let's offset this by, oh man, 3, I suppose. And this is layer 5, so there, and there, and there, and there, 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 and there, and it loops. Okay, so now we have an offset animation. Now I can make a selection, and I can translate it, and I can slide it over, say here, somewhere. Oh, did it modify the tiles? Dang it. Okay, so Control C, Control V. Layer 5. A new layer, Control V. Can I move these around now? There we go. Okay, and if I delete layer 5 and then turn this stuff on, I can't tell if that's an improvement or if that's worse. Maybe I'll duplicate it and add another one to the left and call it good. So let's try that again. So here, new layer, and then let's offset this one as well. Because these two are here, whichever one this is. So layer 6, boom. Okay, and then forward, 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 and forward. Now that is one nice thing. If you ever use the Ogmo level editor, you can use WASD to navigate your tiles, which is super cool. Control A, Control C, Control delete this layer. A new layer, Control V. Control. Then we're gonna slide it over to the right, down maybe, right, up maybe. There we go. Then if I put these on, try and squint and see. I think that's okay. Yes, let's say file, save as, no, file export, file, export, image, browse. It needs to be temple particles. Save. Yup. Save. Sure. And then I'm going to open it up in Photoshop. Particles, and then I'm going to select, nope, select the magenta color, and then I'm going to deselect all of this, and I'm going to delete it and save it. And now see what it looks like in Delve Edit. BK refresh. We should get the new sprite texture there. I think, like I said, you mostly see it when it's on those guys, which I think looks all right. Maybe I should rough up the bottom a little bit. But yeah, I think the new fire effect is looking good. Oh my goodness. Nothing like dying in the editor. Yeah, and here you can't really tell so much, but I think that's all right. Because you mostly see it on the actual little fellas. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, Victor. I'm trying to make it look cool with like we took the time to implement these systems. Like we might as well use them, right? Like Chad added these really sweet like these alpha erosion particle shaders, so I want to get some usage out of it. I think it really makes the fire effect feel a lot better. I think it looks good. It makes me want to set more stuff on fire, for certain. Now let's take a look at the bomb range with the fire bomb. That should probably, I think it should be all right. I think I just create new fire particles so that this should be affected by that as well. Let's take a peek. Yeah, nice. There we go. Scary, scary. Cool. There we go. Yeah, I'm liking how that's looking. I think, I mean, by itself, does it look all right? That's another thing we can take a look at. So, entity, basic, animated sprite. Let's choose I think it's temple particles, and let's just choose that. And then I think the anim text is 7. If we hit B, we can simulate. Yeah, that doesn't look. It's not the worst. But it probably won't ever be used by itself, so that's good. Yeah. Now the question is, should I include it in the general fire effect? Maybe not, because we already have one for the fire. So if we look at generator, temple fire, this is just a fire effect. Right, no, that's temple fire. So if we add generator fire effect. So fire effect is just the particle system. And then temple fire is the corona plus the sound plus the light, which gets used by the temple brazier. Cool. I guess let me go ahead and commit that small change. Clear, get status. Yeah, just the particles. Git add dot git commit -m. Let's also scope out the temple area, because I think just make sure I haven't goofed up anything. Let's just play a little bit. So let's do that. Close that, and let's flip over to desktop and run. Cool, cool. Yeah, see, it updated here, which is nice as well. I think it looks good. Play. Yeah, here's the new. If you folks haven't seen it, here's the new some of the new cave stuff I've been working on. Just some new textures, some new sprites. I think I probably should call most of my work here done. I think this, as far as the surprise system is concerned, the caves are pretty much done. I just need to work on some of the other areas now. I don't know if you're still here, Chad. I don't know if I've told you about the debug mode fog color stuff I've done. Yeah, so let's see if we can find a brazier. Ooh, looks like Chad fixed or re-enabled the particles over the lava, which is awesome. I think it adds a nice nice quality to the environment, or like to the atmosphere. Ah! Don't scare me. I also need to do the art for those before we're done too. Jeez. I think this is a dead end. Nope. Not a dead end. There's a brazier. Yeah, I think it looks all right. Which way to go? I guess this way. Yeah, I think the particle I updated, the only thing that used it were the braziers and the fire system, so I've double checked those and I think they look all right. Yeah, no, I think the ruins level is looking pretty good. Cool. Quit. What to do next? Let me grab my list of things I'm working on. I should do some proximity bomb work because I think I have that actually in code, or actually in the defined. I just need to finish it up. I'm gonna try and think of some good things for it. Let me go to the file, open, levels. Pie Jelly Pin says, "Show me the game. I barely saw it. It looks awesome." Thank you. That's kind of you to say. Yeah, I guess if you are new to Delver, let me play a little bit of Delver for you. Kind of walk you through it. Yep. So again, Delver is an early access game. You can find the website at delvergame.com. We are on Steam Early Access for $7.99. These streams are my effort of trying to push forward and get this thing finished. We are hoping to. I'm working on my last feature. I'm hoping to have it done within a month, but I keep saying that. You know, scope creep and all that stuff. But I'm trying to be really good about not introducing scope creep. I have a finite list of things I'm working off of. Let's kill myself, and then we'll start over. But yeah, it's a first-person procedural roguelike-y, shootery, dungeon crawly thing. There is permadeath, so when you die, you go back to the campfire. You retain your gold from the previous runs, so that might be helpful. And these guys serve as shops or story or tutorials or music. They're optional. Like I said, I probably don't have very much money. I have 0 gold, so yeah, let's go down in the dungeon to find some gold, shall we? And then the first area hit's going to be the dungeon. This is the area that for this update we've majorly overhauled. So it was a situation with, so we've been in early access about 4 years, and the dungeons were the first areas that we ever built. So, you know, this far along in the project, they were also the worst looking areas because we had, one, gotten better at making levels and content for the game. And we'd also added many more engine features. So this was we took this time to go back and update this first area to, you know, give it a nice coat of paint, to add new props, new kind of like hopefully new interactions. There's a new surprise system I'm working on. As you see there, a bomb popped out, so you can recover bombs and then you can reuse them. So let's try to find somebody to blow up. Oh, there, she says that I want to be blown up. There's also traps. You could probably lure her into the trap system, maybe. Nope, she's not falling for it. Yeah, and Chad added these really cool like God rays, which is nice. Let's see. I'm poisoned. Resist magic. Oh, I need to eat some food. I'm about to die. Yuck, 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 yuck. Okay. Defense. So I'm having a hard time of things. Ladder. Let's see what's up here. Probably just junk. Oh, another bomb. Woo! I have so many bombs. Ooh, a blizzard bow. Nice. That's very nice. I have enough bombs. I should probably be using them. To open doors! That was a total waste of a bomb, but it's fun. This update also brings the ability to throw everything. So I can throw my dagger. I can throw my wand when he's trying to run away. Hit him with my wand. Which is nice. It also makes... it used to be that potions and food behave differently as far as the user interactions, but now they behave the same, which is nice. You left click to consume, and you hold down Q to throw stuff. So the food and the potions work the same in that regard now, which is nice. Let me see. Got this fool here trying to sneak up on me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, the mages are kind of a glass cannon. They do a lot of damage, but they don't have a lot of health. So if you can get the drop on them, you're probably all right. Potions, you don't know what they do until you actually consume them. So that was Iron Skin. And then when you consume them, you have a chance that they'll be identified. I just found some arrows, so I'm gonna go ahead and use my bow. I've noticed, Chad, sometimes we get this door error happening on just random room tiles. Like, it's not consistent, right? But it is happening, which makes me a little concerned. This looks like the prison area. This is a special set piece that Chad designed, which is cool. Hopefully it's not too dark. Yeah, I'm liking the blizzard bow. So with arrows, when you shoot them, you can recover them. Though there's a small chance. There's I think a 1 in 3 chance they'll break. This poor dude got spawned inside of a box. Just like in Dark Souls when you find that guy and stuck inside that barrel, right? Except for this guy's bad, so you don't want to talk to him. Yeah, we have a map. So if you getting turned around, maybe use the map, help straighten you out a little bit. That is the problem with procedural content. Is it like you can't really it's hard to design landmarks that allow you to navigate easily. So the map is very, very helpful in that regard. Where am I going? Okay. Hey, Chris. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, the new level up menu is nice. It again, we're trying to communicate that you need to click on the cards, and I do need to replace the art so it has a little bit more like indication of like what it is for, but also it has the tooltip text for it to tell you what it does. It used to be kind of mystery meat with the level up stuff, and now it'll tell you there, and also in the inventory screen, it'll tell you what all your stats do. Again, just trying to communicate better to the players what's going on. Let me grab this skull. You can smack stuff with junk, so skulls are considered junk, but you can throw them because you can throw everything, and it will do a damage roll. Though junk items do have a chance of breaking. They're not super durable compared to normal items. Ooh, an arrow bomb. Those are kind of rare. Yeah, let me chuck the. Oh, there was ah! The stupid spider got me. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the kind words. Yeah, so I'm the art guy for this. I've tried to make this as beautiful as I can. And yeah, so the dungeons will be different the next time we roll in. So we keep all of our gold that we have accumulated. So let's take a look at that. We have no gold? That doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right, Chad. Is there something wrong with that screen, or am I not? Or is my gold not persisting? I have 48 gold pieces, but my it looks like it's the new armor too. I snuck in new New graphics for the armor. Done. For a long time, we had armor that were using the same sprites. So I went through and I added unique sprites for the armor pieces. So we have a nice new armor. Ooh, excellent buckler. Nice. Let's put something in my left hand this time, right? Smash these things. You probably shouldn't. They have a low drop chance, and they also have a pretty decent chance of dropping something nasty, but the bombs are useful. Let's bomb this person. There we go. Bow's not bad. And I bought arrows at the merchant, so I might as well use them. There we go. Nice, nice. Yeah, let's do that. Recover my arrow. Get the slime. Oof. Okay. How do I get around that? Do I have something I can waste? Let's grab that. Jerk. Jerk. No, not two of them. Goodness. Okay. Make it three? Okay. Okay, here we go. Well, I guess that's, yeah. Oh, okay, let's see if I can... Okay, that's a teleport trap. So my apple got teleported somewhere randomly in the dungeon. That's alright. I'll probably find it. Probably won't. Okay, that was not a good throw. And I'm getting attacked from the back. Yeah. Jeez. So you have a 2 in 5 chance of getting a spider? Oh no! Yikes. Let's eat this turkey leg. I think another thing too is I don't think we can set the traps off with arrows anymore. No. I don't know if we should, but we can't. So that's a change in behavior. I'm looking for just junk, and these don't drop junk. I should know better. Health. Okay. Let's go. Can I get around that? No, I have to go through. I have to go through. Let's just. Let's. And I still got poisoned. At least I can't get poisoned again, so that's some consolation. Oh, let me just grab some junk, just in case this comes up again. So the crates have a better chance of actually giving you useful stuff than the pots do. The pots don't drop loot. They drop surprises. I think the crates drop both. There we go. Get some healing going on. And some ale. There we go. Yeah. Lovely. Hey, Schwender. Hey, Buck78. Thanks for popping in, folks. I guess Schwender was already here. He's just saying hi to Buck. Okay, there we go. Just exploring, having a good time. Yeah. Shortcut. Trying to find the exit now. I'm kind of just hightailing it. Oh, and okay, interesting. Yeah, so this one actually uses the cave texture sheet, and I think there was some areas back here that were using the outside texture sheet. There are two different kinds of rock now, or the temple rock versus the cave rock, which I think is good. It's nice to have a little bit of variety. Level 2. This is the latest from Source Control. It is not live. Oh man, I still want to set this whole thing on fire because there's so many caskets here to burn, but I don't have anything to start a fire with, which is a shame. Cool. This is stuck, so we can just blow it open with whatever we have handy. Avoid that trap. Go through this little maze here. Ah! start smacking with our dagger. Oh, what? What? Oh, okay, okay, I'm getting myself in trouble. Oh no, I have no weapons now. There's my dagger. Where'd she run off to? Okay. Whoa, dodge that one. Now let's get out of here. This is a bad place to be. Let's just shut the door behind us. I know they can open doors, but these little guys are nasty. I guess I haven't got quite used to their cadence yet. I need to get out of here. Ah! There we go. And also, the fact that my dagger only does 1 to 2 points of damage is not helping me at all. Okay, there's meat, which is a thing. Come on, drop me good stuff. Nope. Yeah, I think I threw my bow at one of the people and I just didn't pick it up for some reason, and I broke my dagger. Great. Okay, let's see how far I can get with just a bow and an arrow. Not far because it's stuck inside the slime and he didn't drop it yet. There we go, defense. There we go. I might as well use my broken thing to break this open, even take a couple hits. There we go. I'm in bad need of some sort of weapon. Any sort of weapon. This way. Ah! That did not do the trick. There's people behind me too. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay, got my arrow back. Still in it somehow. Oof. Can I shortcut that? Yeah, I can just avoid all that jazz. Let's go over here. No. Don't you do that! Oh no! Oh no! Okay. Oh goodness. Oh no! Oh. Cool. Now one question, how do you know what potion does what? When I was playing potions say unknown, so you have to try each potion. You could also, potions do an area of effect explosion, so you can actually, like you could throw it at an enemy, and then you can tell by the color and the effect that it produces what type of potion it is. It is different through each playthrough. But then you might end up healing your enemies, you know. I think the player throw might be a little ridiculous, but maybe that's okay. Bombs should have a small chance to start fires. So we do have the fire bomb, which does start fires. If your character has a bomb in the hotbar and player's on fire, I don't know about that. Yeah, that might be because that would really de-incentivize bombs if they had a chance of going off just for being in inventory. Then people would never carry bombs. So I don't think that's I don't know if that'd be a good behavior I'd want to drive. And here's an arrow bomb. And actually, in real life, I don't know if you know this or not, but explosions actually put out fires. Not create them. Let's see if I can blow people up with this. There we go. Ooh, a couple bombs for my using. Oh yeah, and since there was an arrow bomb, it shot arrows everywhere, but some of them broke. Ooh, and a nice mace. Cool. Oh yeah, and so the mage attacked the bomb went off, and all the arrows stuck up here, which is pretty cool. Let me just harvest these arrows from the arrow bomb. Nice. Now I just need a bow. Ah! No! Oh. I have an HP bar in the bottom left, which is where my head is right now. Cool. Will it be possible to change the full screen resolution when the game is finished? That's a Chad question. Right now, I think we just use whatever your native desktop resolution is. The requirements are pretty low. Also, in the options screen, you can turn the graphics detail down, which will get rid of some of these expensive effects. Or you can crank them all the way up and get the crazy like coronas and the stencil like wall brightnesses and all that fancy stuff, or you can just turn it down. If I turn everything down, my 7-year-old MacBook runs it pretty well. Cool. Yeah. So that was, so I think I'm done tweaking this stuff. That's good enough for now. These are the alphas for the alpha erosion particle effects. Don't want to mess with those too much, but I do want to play around with the proximity bomb. I haven't really, I've started working on it, but I haven't finished working on it yet. Hang on one second. Cool. So file, open, levels, test, bomb range, and right click, entity, surprises, proximity bomb. Yeah, so right now there's no art for it, but how the proximity bomb works is it looks like you charge it up, you throw it, and what it does is when it explodes, it creates a bomb with a trigger on it that will set off when anything gets near it, which is a lot of fun, I think. I've been playing around with having the proximity bombs float. I'm not sure if that makes sense or not. Which I could make that work with like a magic-y effect, and I think you should be able to like throw stuff at it, maybe. No, you can't. Okay, so it just yeah. I don't know if I like that though. Yeah. So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, should it be more like a landmine or should it be like this weird floaty magic thing, you know? Like I can turn that off. Let's go to our entities and let's look for proximity bomb. And then basically it's a bomb that spawns another bomb inside of it that has a trigger attached to it. Floating false. I play. So then the behavior. Wait, let me try reloading, I guess. I think what happens is with the editor, when we start the editor, we for the right-click menu, we make a bunch of instances of the things that we want to spawn, and then I think we just copy those instances. I'm not entirely sure though. Levels, test, bomb range, load. I think I like the proximity bomb better than the force bomb because the force bomb just really isn't super fun to play with, but the proximity bomb is. So surprises, proximity bomb, and then I can add say a spawner, monster spawner, and then put some monsters back here. Because I mean, that's the whole point of the proximity bomb, right? So hit play, grab the prox bomb, and then like set it out here. Nice, but I definitely need to communicate that it's a set mine once you you know, like I want to change the graphics on it, and I want to have maybe a particle effect to let you know that this thing is a live thing. Yeah, I'm not sure if it should be floating or not. I think it makes it harder to control. but it is nice to have a proximity bomb. And again, it's one of those things that, you know, like you have to be careful yourself. I guess with the force bomb, I could. No, that didn't work. I was trying to use the force bomb to push the proximity bomb into them. Yeah. Oh goodness, I never tried that before. So if you hold down if you grab the force bomb and you just let it blow up in your hands. Oh man, that is quite the effect. Goodness, I have no idea what's going there, but that might mean that we probably should remove the force bomb. Oh no, are my bleeps back? Like for a while ago, like maybe a month ago, this was a thing. Yes. Burn. Yeah, I think the firebomb is my favorite by far. Oh, jeez. I think the force bomb may have thrown me out of the level. No, it didn't. Okay. Okay. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. Yeah, it's just a lot of fun. The arrow bomb, I think, it just doesn't. It isn't as nice as I would like it to be. Like it really just. Like it really doesn't hit very many folks. I guess I could up the arrow count. I think that would probably be okay. That might be the way to fix that one. And the vanilla bomb is good. Yeah. Yeah. No, I've been so I started off the stream playing around with the fire effects. It's a combination of it's an alpha erosion particle system. So I think it looks relatively well. Make these suckers run through the fire so they can all burn. Yeah, they're not smart. Yeah. The fire looks amazing until you're inside of it, and then it's terrifying. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Proximity bomb. Maybe I should get rid of the force bomb and replace that graphic with this, and then maybe have something like when this explodes, this purple shell on the outside pops off, and there's like a golden core or something in the middle. I don't know. Chris says, "Do you ever stop and think about how far this game has come?" Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, we could do that. Yeah, so the other day, so I found out that PhotoBucket no longer supports third-party website hosting, so I had to basically I canceled my PhotoBucket account because I haven't used it in years. But I was pulling down all my old PhotoBucket archive, and I found some old Delver stuff in here, which is probably like a trip down memory lane. Where is it? Yeah, so here is an old editor screenshot, which is, and this is Blender. This is Blender, but this is the old texture set. Yep, again, the old texture set. This is when I was helping Chad get the meshes working in Blender, because for a while there was no mesh support, it was only sprite and level geo. And this is me goofing with adding my textures and new models. Playing around with these actually are surprisingly close to what the wood beams ended up being. Just I made it a few weeks or like a few months ago. I was playing around with styles for the enemies. These guys have like more like visible fingers. Again, playing around with like different like proportions. I did a whole bunch of these guys, trying to figure out like what they should look like. Again, just more Delver texture tests and stuff like that. the old jar of yellow potion that I got rid of because people thought it was pee. Um, yeah, early texture tests. Yeah, it's kind of cool. It's come a long, long ways. Um, 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 so there will probably be minor updates for like making sure that like we have bug fixes and like certain like if we need like better support for like different platforms, we'll add that. If Delver sells well, maybe we'll take time uh, to add more content to it. But that really is just that just depends on how well it sells. Determines how much of my time I can put towards it. Because at the end of the day, I do have to help support my family, and that is my priority. Like as much as I love working on this thing, I do have to take care of my wife and my child, soon to be children. I don't know if you knew this, Chris, but we're expecting baby number 2 in February. Also, I noticed that the particle effect for the player might need updating. I might want to take a peek at that because it's still these old orange ones. I don't know if I want to have it as intense as the ones on the enemies, but yeah. Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Chris. Yeah, we're excited. Having another boy. 2 boys. Oh my goodness. My one boy is a handful, and having 2 is gonna be awesome, but it's gonna be they're gonna be a lot of work. Let me set that bomb off with fire. Nice. Okay, I've just been goofing now. Let's actually try to get yeah, number 2 in February. What to work on? I could have some sort of like particle effect attached to the inner bomb, like try to get some more use out of this VFX particle stuff. So particles, VFX effect, B. That's not quite right. Let's do. I think no. Let's try. What kind of shape do I want? Is the question I should be asking. I think maybe that diamond shape might be cool. Maybe this one. So that's 8. 8 and 8. And that's too big. So what I can do is I can start the alpha like further down. So that'll change the size because of how far along in the alpha erosion process it is. There we go. That might be closer to what I'm looking for. Yeah, so that is the idea, Chris, is that they can keep each other busy, and that would be a beautiful thing someday. So Buck says, I want to hear your plans for Delver player model, like you can't see the hand or anything. Nope, not going to do anything with that because that is way out of scope for this project. We are trying to get this thing finished. So for me, that means finishing up the surprise system, which means finishing up the bombs and the special critters, and that's really it. After that, I think I will probably that's actually looking kind of cool, right? I like just a tiny little bit of not velocity spread, but just maybe add a color to it. Like let's go here and leave that 196, but maybe have it go from like purple. It always 196. It always goofs up the alpha for some odd reason there. And then here have it go to like maybe reddish. That's barely. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we could render out every single frame. Like we could do like a 3D thing and have like a hand go through and just have it the sprite, because I think Chad wants to support sprite animations or weapon animations eventually, but again, that's out of scope for what we're trying to get finished here. And then I wonder if I can just do something as simple as entity particle emitter, basic emitter. And then particle text. Actually, no, I could probably not do that. I could probably just keep these the same. But what if this was almost to the end, like 232? Okay. And if there was no spread on it and had a longer lifetime, maybe maybe tighten down the interval they're spawning together. That might be too much. It looks weird. Basically, I'm trying to get, like, by stacking particle effects, trying to get multiple things going on. Maybe slow down the particle velocity. That seems a little bit better. 0625. Okay, that's an interesting effect. Let me see. So Vux says, what will be, or asks, what will be my next project after Delver? I'm not quite sure yet. I'll probably do some contract work in the meantime to figure out what my next project is going to be. I'll probably do some prototypes. So I want to make sure I'm building the correct thing before I get spend a lot of time on it, you know? That's interesting. I can try to combine the two. Of course, the picker goofed up the alpha. Yeah, no, I want to keep that the same color. It's interesting. I think that's something. What is it? Which one is this one? That one. That one. Maybe increase the particle spread ever so slightly. Okay. This one. Maybe lighten it up. Yeah, sorry. A lot of this is just me fiddling with particle effects, trying to get something that looks interesting. Um, Start making VR games. Oh my goodness. VR is cool, but I don't have the hardware to do that, so that would be a pretty big expense for me. And also, like, I just don't know. I don't know how big the market is too. Like, I mean, it might be a good move. Like, you might be, like the only, you might be like a big fish in a small pond. I don't know. Again, that's why I want to try a bunch of prototypes and try to figure out the next thing I'm going to build before I try to build it. Maybe I want that central shaft to be way more lighter. Pull it down a little bit, pull this one here, and then have this be like here, B. Oh, of course, of course. 216. Now, that might be too much. Pull it down here. Yeah, for some reason, even though it said 216, it reverted back to 255. Maybe I could pull this way, like almost to white, just to like way light. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe fudge the scale a little bit. Maybe turn down the speed on these, and then lengthen the lifetime. Then also slow down the spawn interval. It's looking cool, right? That's an effect of some sort, like a little shaft of light with little poofy things. Yeah, there's no real like surefire way to success, you know. So I just want to try to like not again. I just want to make sure I'm building the right thing before I really commit to a long project, you know. And even Delver might not actually, you know. I mean, it just depends how. I don't know. Like success is a weird thing. Like I try to make the best thing I can, but it doesn't always guarantee success. So I think that's cool. Maybe. Maybe I also want to I can also fudge the scale a little bit here at the starting scale. I try not to do this too much, but I think maybe that's all right. Maybe that wasn't the right thing to do. Next step is multiplayer sci-fi delver. Yeah, no, I need a project that I can actually ship before I starve to death. Like multiplayer delver would be cool, but like that's another like multi-year project. Yeah, so let me just, I guess, let me just say group these together. Let's put them to JSON, and let's do that. Yeah, it's a lot of particles. Copy this, and then I can, let's do it smart way, not the hard way. I think we have a particle effects. Fire particles, and these are under what? Particles. I guess I can put them here. Okay, and these will be, I guess, prox bomb particles, maybe? Let's run that and see if I captured that correctly. Yeah, I mean, like, again, like I don't know, like YouTube and Twitch are excellent ways to promote stuff, but I don't know if it's like something you can rely on. Again, particles. Entity particles, prox bomb particles. B. 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 They are way over there. Yeah, so let's look at when you get that kind of effect, just blow away this last position property on your prefab there. I've also noticed sometimes particles actually don't spawn unless you have a level, which is weird. Yeah, there we go. So then I can do something like in our entities now for our prox bomb. Proximity bomb. We spawn this inner bomb, and this inner bomb has attached to it a trigger, but also let's attach a prefab. The category is particles, and this is, I think I called it prox bomb particles. Is that right? Prox bomb. Yes, I did. Go. Yeah, a lot of my viewers tend to be developers, which is cool. Also, I have a Discord channel that folks hang out at and share their stuff. There's a show and tell channel in the Discord server where people share stuff, which is really cool. There's lots of good stuff happening there. I have very talented viewers. Right click and surprises and prox bomb. So now this thing should start emitting particles once the. Nope. No, you didn't. You didn't want to do it? Why you no spawn particles? Okay. If I go into no clip mode, is it like just spawning outside the level? Yeah, look at that. Weird. I thought I removed that weird offset. Okay, let's look at this. Z. Super weird. This particle emitter, it doesn't have any XY coords. Yeah, that is super strange. If I add back, let me copy this. Let me undo all the way back to that weird offset. Okay, now if I go to my proximity bomb, and then I go to the attached. Okay. Do you spy a doggo? Yeah, there's a doggo here. He's my little companion. I have two dogs, but the little one is the one that needs more attention. The big one is just happy just to laze around the house while I work. Prox bomb. Does it need that weird offset? No. I'm assuming that did not make it any better either. Nope. Nope. Yeah, weird. Yeah, that only made it worse. Yeah, it's yeah, our data files are JSON. We use a third-party library to serialize our Java objects into JSON and back and forth. Just out of curiosity, if I flip them, just flip them, just for no good reason, does that change anything? Yeah, if the JSON was incorrect, it wouldn't load any of the test data or any of the wrong. It wouldn't load any of the like my right click menu would be broken if I goofed that up. So the JSON is fine. It might be formatted strangely. It probably is formatted strangely. Okay, that was a dud. It always seems that when I'm trying to test bombs, they are more likely to be a dud. That's way closer. I'm not sure what's with the magic math, though. It makes me uncomfortable. Oh, actually, I think I know what's happening. Maybe. Yeah. Yep. So what it is what it is it's a group, and groups aren't a logical object in the Delver scene graph. They are just a convenience thing that when we start the scene, a group will get instantiated into just a sequence of scene objects, but they don't actually have any hierarchy to them. So we just add them to the scene. So what I need to do is put them under something so they maintain their basically I could probably just attach one to the other is probably what I can do. So let's just blow that away. And this particle emitter doesn't have any X, Y, Z properties, so I think a particle emitter is probably, yeah, it is an entity, and entities can have entities attached to them. So this particle emitter, so I don't want it to be a group. I want it to be like this. And get rid of that. And then instead of this, let's say attached. And then this, and then that, and then that. Is that right? Is that wrong? What is this? Yeah, that should not. That should match up to that. Okay. And then this should match up to the attached. This should match up to the, yeah. So then let's grab this, that, and slightly clean up this JSON here a little bit. This should work. If you notice the question in my voice, I don't know if it will work. It should work though. I am ancient. Take care, Chris. Yeah. Yep. Data entry. What's the exception? The cause. Unmatched brace. Somewhere. Let's just be more careful about it, I suppose. So particles, that's matched. Color and color, attached. That's because that's there we go. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Because these are like category level things, and these are things within that. So that's what I was goofing. No file open. Levels test, bomb range load, entity surprises prox bomb. Do it. Oh, you didn't do it. Where you're still spawning way over here in the ether? Why is that? Super strange. Yeah, no, it's. We can look at. We can look at that, I suppose. Levels, tests, bomb range, load. Place our prox bomb. Play. Go. So this should cause one spawn. Yep, no, it dudded out. So we should do this. Okay. And then we. So step, this is an entity, which is a fused bomb. Should have a couple of things attached to it. Let's look at, let's remove all our watches and add a new watch. It's e.attached. Should be, there's a trigger and a prefab. Yeah, maybe because it's a prefab, it's goofing it up. It might have to attach the particle emitters directly rather than having a prefab. Okay, let's jump into here. This is where all the knitting should happen. So this is this should be a bomb. It is. I guess we don't init our. I thought we knitted attached. Yeah, let me just try directly attaching the dang it, come on. Yeah, let's look for prox bomb particles, and then instead of attaching them as a prefab, I'm just going to attach them directly, which isn't as nice, but that's what we got. So that should be able to, since they're parented, that should all work just fine. We'll see. Then let's go down here and just replace this. That should work. There we are, and go. How many languages do I know? I know English and a little bit of Spanish. That's about it. I know enough of most European languages to say hello and to order food and ask for the bathroom. Very, very, very roughly. But yeah, mostly I'm just a native English speaker, and that's about it. Surprises. Proxima. There we are. Boop. Oh yeah, I still have this breakpoint in there. Continue. Yay! So that worked out correctly. Except for it spawns a bomb. Oh, you're asking about programming languages. I don't know. Professionally, I have programmed in C++, in C#, in JavaScript, in TypeScript. Delver is written in Java. I like doing fun stuff in Python. Those are the ones I can probably just sit down and write if I had to. The other ones, I mean, other languages, they aren't hard to learn. I mean, once you know the basic concepts, it's pretty easy just to pick up stuff. Like I have used, like in university, I use like Haskell and Lua, or not Lua, Scheme and Lisp and other things like that. And of course, and there's also like DSLs too, like specific like PHP and like different SQL and other query database stuff. What am I thinking of? Yeah. So I think I need to. Yes, that's what I wanted to do, and it did it for me. So that's nice. So I'm gonna unattach this here. So let's just do this. Do that. Do that. Let's get rid of that trailing comma. Let's do that. Let's get rid of this brace. Is that matching up correctly or no? I think I goofed. What does this match up to? Nah, that's not right. Okay. So this should match up to attached. Or yes, there we go. Go. File, open, levels. Yeah, for Delver, I'm primarily the artist. I just do programming every now and then. I really do try to keep a nice separation. So Chad has his, he's the primary programmer on this project, and I try not to step on his toes. There we go. So there's our little effect going. I just need to pull it down in the Z-axis, maybe 1/4 unit. So I can just here on these particle emitters, I can just give them a z offset minus 0.25. And that should be fine. Let's see what it looks like. Bomb range. T surprises prox bomb. There we go. That might be too much of an effect, but I could certainly play with it. Yeah, it's probably way too strong. But definitely lets you know that it's doing something, I think, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's probably too big. Articles. Yeah, and because it looks like particle emitters don't actually call init on their attached, but that's probably okay because they normally don't have stuff attached to them. Usually it's the other way around. So it's like 4:15. I need to go pick up my son from daycare here in a little bit. So let me just go ahead and I guess just kind of recap and call it a day. Yeah, so I guess the big thing was just playing around with fire. Again, if I open up the bomb range again, file opened, or I can open up the fire spreading test. Yeah, so we got this looking nice. Got our fire spreading and doing crazy things and setting our enemies on fire and letting them, have fun with each other, and setting the player on fire. You can hop in the water and put it out. That's all dandy, and I think it's looking good. And then been playing around trying to get the bombs finished. I still have a couple special bombs and a couple special enemies to do on this surprises feature before we're done. At least before I'm done with my stuff, and then we have some QA stuff to do. So hopefully soon. I don't have a solid date. Estimating software is hard, especially when we don't have a concrete list of things to work on. I couldn't try nailing that down a little bit more fine-grained, but again, creative work is hard because you don't always necessarily know what you're building. But yeah, so hey, I'm Joshua. This has been a bonus Delver development stream. I do my regular Delver development streams every Sunday at noon. Also, I do a week daily stream called Lunch Break Roguelike, and tomorrow is the last Lunch Break Roguelike stream. So it might be a longer stream just to kind of, kind of tie that off and play a little bit. So if you don't know what that is, it's a multiplayer Twitch chat enabled roguelike that I've been working on for, I don't know, a couple months over my lunch breaks. And it's turned into quite a thing, but I think I'm going to finish, call tomorrow the last one of those and start a new lunch break project on Monday. And I'm not quite sure what that will be, but when we get there, we'll see. You can follow me here on Twitter, or on Twitch at Joshua Skelly. Follow me on Twitter at Joshua Skelly if you want to see the other stuff I'm up to. I'm a Twitch affiliate, so if you want to subscribe to me, you can. I consider it like a tip jar, so if you think what I do is interesting, informative, or entertaining, any combination of those, please feel free to subscribe. If you do, Twitch is running a promotion called September, so if this is the first time you've subscribed to me, you get to subscribe for the first month half off, and I actually get the same amount, so that's cool. I have a community Discord. Let me just hit that again, Discord. There is a subscriber channel in there. Subscribers also get the little steak emote, so if you want to slap pixel steaks everywhere, you can do that. Yeah, also there's a special stream end of every month for subscribers, but everybody can watch. I need to rebrand it to something better, but I'm working on making art for my subscribers, so if you're a subscriber, you'll get a little bit of free art at the end of the month. All right, I think I've plugged enough that I'm about to just make you all tune out. But have a good rest of your day. I'll see you back here tomorrow for more lunch break, or the last lunch break roguelike. I'll see you on Sunday for more Delver. All right, everybody, take care.